As they entered the shaman's living quarters, what they seen in front of them shocked them. This shaman was a legendary Wendigo hunter, and he was in the middle of eliminating yet another Wendigo. However, what they seen after that was far worse. Now, this was the first time the police had ever heard of anything called a Wendigo. Many haven't who aren't familiar with Native American lore. But luckily, Rebel knows exactly what a Wendigo is. Rebel, tell him what's up.
Why is it always me that has to tell him the...
Hello, welcome to Wendigo Class 101. Have you ever found yourself in the woods wondering, what is that sound coming from over there? What are those pair of eyes that I see in the distance? Why does my anus hurt? Well, we have the answer for you, and the answer is Wendigo. Wendigo is a mythical creature from indigenous North American folklore. It's often associated with extreme cold, cannibalism, and supernatural malevolence.
We all know what the Wendigo is. Can we keep going?
What about the curse?
One becomes cursed by the Wendigo through the act of cannibalism, especially in situations of extreme desperation or survival.
Every time it happens, I gotta be the one to tell him everything.
Consuming human flesh is believed to invite the spirit of the Wendigo into the individual's soul, leading to a transformation into this creature. Now, you can continue learning about the Wendigo hunter.
Thanks, Rebel. Now, the Mounties were fairly new around this time. The Royal Northwest Mounted Police was actually formed somewhere around the 1870s, and they were in charge of policing most of Canada around this time. And when the Royal Northwest Police heard about these rumors of these crazy beasts plaguing this tribe of natives, they felt it their duty to protect and do something about it.
There has been stories of a shaman that have hunted these creatures in order to keep their tribe safe. That shaman's name was Jack Fiddler. He was an experienced shaman that had deep roots within his area of Caribou Lake. Jack was a very charismatic man and well liked within his village. So much so that he ended up marrying 5 women and having an abundance of children, really. Like, way too many children. Like, a lot is what I'm trying to say. Other than being a good lover, what he was also good at was killing Wendigos. So much so that he is claimed to kill 14 Wendigos within his lifetime. However, the police had no idea where he was.
So the 2 Mounties were dispatched to investigate, and they set off on their journey. Now, as they neared Caribou Lake, where Jack Fiddler was, they first came across this village called Sandy Lake. And from Sandy Lake, they learned that just one village over, there was a shaman and his brother that had just killed a Wendigo the night before. So the Mounties looked at each other and immediately knew they were in the right area. They set off towards Caribou Lake.
When the Mounties showed up to Caribou Lake, they were immediately met with stunned and shocked faces of the native people. See, these were the first non-native people that the tribe has ever seen. They watched the Mounties ride in on horseback and were stunned to disbelief. The tribe's people were so dumbfounded that they immediately started offering up their wives. I'm not making this up. It's actually there. It's all in the history. You go check it out. It's crazy. I don't actually know why they started doing that, but I guess, I don't know. But the Mounties were on a mission. They declined the offer of all these multiple wives, and they explained to the tribes people that they were here to meet a shaman called Jack Fiddler. When the tribes people heard this, they immediately escorted the Mounties to Jack's living quarters. They were ecstatic to show what was in there.
As the Mounties met Jack, they explained that they were there because they heard about all these creatures plaguing this tribe. When Jack heard this, he was overjoyed. He wanted to show the Mounties what he's been up to all these years, show them all the good work he's been doing. So Jack guided them inside. He said, "Come on in." As the Mounties swung open the door, they looked down, and there on the floor was the remains of a murdered young woman. The Mounties could not believe what they were seeing. They started piecing together the complete story, what was happening to this tribe. Now, Jack offered up an explanation. Jack started to explain that this woman was turning into a Wendigo, and Jack had to act before she completely transformed. Now, while explaining all this, the Mounties realized that Jack was very proud of this. He felt like he did the tribe a very good service. Jack seemed to be a hero in the tribe, protecting them from evil spirits, just like he did 14 other times throughout the prior years, because Jack claimed to have slayed 14 other Wendigos.
After hearing this, the Mounties quickly arrested Jack and his brother. Mounties were like, what the hell?
Can't just murder people.
That's just like, she's just crazy. Like, you don't have to murder her.
She just had a fever, bro.
But eventually, the Mounties brought Jack and his brother back to town, where they would have finally faced judgment. But that brings us to our final question. Was Jack a hero for saving his tribe from a greater evil? Or was he one of the most public serial killers of his time? Leave it for you to decide. And now remember, if you see something weird, let us know.